Sorry, I forgot to record when I was talking about Debo. Anyway, long story short, Commanders won the trade. 49ers had to do it. They had no money to pay their 18 superstars. But yeah, sorry, this is how the podcast is starting out. Shut up. Alright, but let's get into Stephen A. and LeBron on LeBron's comments. Go ahead.
All right, SA, Weird Energy, your reaction.
That's some BS. I'm gonna call it, like I said, this is some straight BS. I'm not saying everything that he said was BS because I understand there's an enormous amount of pressure that gets elevated, fellas, when it comes to being the face of the league. I understand that, but I don't appreciate what he said. I really, really don't. And listen, let's understand what the backdrop of all of this is. This is fresh off of All-Star Weekend, an All-Star Weekend that LeBron James elected to show up for and not participate in. Don't get me started with his 22 years in the league and how he ruined the slam dunk contest because he's the star. He's the first superstar that played above the rim that decided not to participate in the slam dunk contest.
Okay, so number one. Sorry, a little voice crack. Dang, man. Why do we keep on bringing the dunk contest up? Why? It was never good. Unless it was Vince Carter, and then 2016 was pretty good. Like, there was a lot of dud years. LeBron isn't a flashy dunker. LeBron's not going to jump over Wembanyama. LeBron's not going to jump over somebody. He could have jumped over somebody, but, that wasn't really a thing back then. Kobe jumped over the car, and that was really it. But that wasn't even, I don't even think that was real. Like, word. And early in LeBron's career, he still wanted to win, right? Obviously, we've seen this carry this team to playoffs. Why risk doing something like that just so I can break my ankle and ruin my season? Knowing that I'm the only guy in Cleveland who could do anything to make us playoff push, I still don't get why we still talk about the dunk contest. Stop it. Look at the dunk contest now. We got Mac McClung. I don't even say that, but we got Mac McClung going out there. Boy, he's a slave. He's a white slave out there. They're making him do it. He ain't even an NBA player. He's a G leaguer. Do I think he should be an NBA player? I don't know, maybe. Like they're forcing him to do that, and that's what his second, third in a row or something. Like, bro, you wonder why people don't want to do it, right? But yeah, man, we need to stop bringing up the All-Star game and LeBron James' name. He's done it for 22 years. Get off of his back, please. Jesus Christ, get off of him.
Don't get me started with him showing up at All-Star Weekend on a Sunday afternoon, notifying the NBA an hour beforehand that he wasn't going to play, so they didn't have time to sit up there and get a replacement for him, and then he showed up out there with street clothes on. Don't get me started with all of that.
By the way, Anthony Edwards also didn't play the All-Star game. But again, LeBron, Stephen A. is doing what LeBron knew Stephen A. would do. He's already talking trash on LeBron. Not even 24 hours later. He's already talking trash on LeBron. Not even. This ain't even about LeBron. This is supposed to be about Anthony Edwards and how he doesn't want to be the face of the league. And LeBron agreed with Anthony Edwards. Like, I mean, you see how they treat me. And I've been here 22 years. You see how they treat me, right? I've been carrying this league for 22 years. And they treat me like this. Imagine how they're going to treat you when you have a bad playoff game, That's why I get why Anthony Edwards doesn't want to do it. Because look at what LeBron's getting treated like,
There's an abundance of things that have been going on throughout the career of LeBron James in this league or whatever. I'd like to remind LeBron James, first of all, there's a whole bunch of people that cover the league. They're former players. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they're former players. They're not just reporters. They're former players, former big-time players, former Hall of Fame players. They talk about the league, too, and it's reminiscent of what I said about Kevin
You're not a former player, buddy.
Durant when I talked about, can anybody talk about y'all? Is everything negative? I want to say this, too. There's a narrative that goes around these days, and Wendy, this is out of your lane right here. This is out of your lane right here. Where if you're a brother and you're talking about brothers, oh, you just hating on brothers. You know, it's like black on black crime. Well, if a brother busts your ass, and you happen to be a brother that got your ass busted, then how is it that you're praising the brother that gave it to you, and you're highlighting the brother that got it given to him? That's what you're doing. But people don't bring this kind of stuff up. There's so much stuff that you can point to when you look at LeBron James. You can talk to the decision, okay? Self-aggrandizement at its height. What happened there? He has a 75-minute show, The Decision, to announce and surprise the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers that I'm leaving you. He had to find out on national television with the rest of America. What did I say after that, Wendy? If you remember, Gilbert, what did I say after that? I talked about how you handle stuff matters because the owners are going to come. What did they do? They came with a collective bargaining negotiation. They stripped basketball-related income by 7%, costing the league about $2 billion, okay? They pointed that stuff out. You had a Chris Paul trade that was going to Los Angeles for the Lakers. Dan Gilbert is the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers and rallied the owners to go against the trade, so Commissioner David Stern could nix it. Why? Because he was salty about how LeBron James handled it and how stars were getting out of control. What are we seeing over the last several years? No matter what, we sit up there and it doesn't matter. We could sit up there and say something smells like perfume. They'll accuse us of saying it's passing gas. No matter what we say about these players, there's always something for them to complain about. And I'm not saying that there aren't justifiable situations where you are playing, you should be able to clap back. But everything, and then when he talks about people covering the league, we know he talks about people like me. Damn it, I'm going to say it. I'm going to be cocky enough to say I'm one of the people he alluded to. That's nonsense. I challenge anybody to show somebody that loves the NBA and supports the NBA more than me. You got NFL stuff going on.
Okay, so Stephen A. supports the NBA, not today's NBA. He supports the NBA as a whole. He supports, like, he supports 90s, 80s, early 2000s. He supports that. He doesn't support today. You see, and he started saying, what did he just say? He said, the reason why the Chris Paul trade didn't go through was because of LeBron James. It's been 22 years. Every single time something bad happens in the league because of LeBron James. And you wonder why Anthony Edwards and all these other guys don't want to be the face of the league. Because they're just going to get blamed for everything wrong. They're just going to get blamed. Why do I want to be the face of this league for however many years? For even a year. If I'm going to get criticized how LeBron James has. It's been 22 years. And he's 40 and getting slandered for not playing in the All-Star game as 40 years old. Anthony Edwards didn't play in the All-Star game. He's 23, 22. He didn't even get talked about. It was all about LeBron James. Oh, LeBron. Oh, you could have told somebody so we could get Devin Booker in there. Oh, yeah. Let's get Devin Booker in there. Why not? That's going to make it better. No disrespect to Devin Booker. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, come on, bro. Stop blaming LeBron James for everything. He's 40. He wants somebody to be the face of the league other than him. But nobody wants to be it because they see how they treat him. So now he's stuck with it again. For no reason.
I can talk about the NFL 24/7. What other show you see on national television talking about the NBA more than me outside of NBA TV? Nobody. Players. Former players, current players, always welcome, no problem. And you look at it, and he's not just talking about people like me. He talked about inside the NBA. He didn't say their names. We know who you alluded to. Charles Barkley is an all-time NBA great. Top 75 player, Hall of Famer. You get at him. Kenny Smith, who celebrates the game more than Kenny Smith? Shaquille O'Neal's a 4-time champion. The Diesel, the Big Aristotle, and whatever name he came up with, assisting in marketing and elevating the brand that ultimately helped you generate an 11-year, $77 billion deal. And by the way, LeBron James had a lot to do with helping the NBA brand grow as well. We ain't trying to take that away from him. But to sit up there and say, you know what, why would you want to be the face of the league when everybody's talking bleep about you all the damn time? I'm sick and tired of them acting like everybody's talking bleep about them.
Jesus Christ. So he just brought up 3 players that were from early 2000s and 90s. Yeah, Kitty, Shaq, and Chuck. Those are old players who well, they're not on TNT anymore for a reason, right? Um, but you and people he just now alluded to. Nobody has been talking trash about LeBron or that much, bro. LeBron has a bad game at 40 years old. We talk about it. You just brought up the decision that he made in South Bay. You just brought that up. What do you mean you don't be talking about him? You just talked bad about him a minute ago. What are you what are you talking about? You don't talk bad about LeBron James. You just did it 30 seconds ago about the decision of it's LeBron James' fault the Chris Paul trade didn't go through. Oh, it's you just was talking bad about LeBron James a minute ago. What are you talking about? What are we saying, man? What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying?
All the damn time. I don't know if you know this, Gilbert. LeBron James is hating on him to say that he's the second greatest player in the history of the sport. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you knew that when you say great father, great husband, great philanthropist, great businessman, great actor, great director, great entrepreneur, great host, great everything. I don't know if you know that because you didn't say he's number one, that he's the GOAT, that's an insult to him and his crew. I don't know if you knew that, Gilbert, but this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. So it's just utterly ridiculous. I'm going to let y'all chime in here because I got more to say. But it's just when he said that, it really ticked me off because, again, it's pointing the finger and it's negating to point out there are people here celebrating the game. Any way in which the game has been hurt has not been hurt by the media. And by the way, in today's generation, these dudes think the media is social media. They lump us all in with the same. There's people that don't cover the league. They ain't never covered the league. Ain't never been in a locker room. Ain't never been in a press box or anything. But because they on social media chirping, we get lumped in with them. We don't get into their personal business. Stay out of the police blotters and the whole bit. Do your thing. Go out there and play. We covering the game. It's never enough. And he's not bringing that up. Again, I got more to say, but I'll stop there for now, and I'll give y'all the floor.
Okay, so let me chime in on what the brother just said right there. He just said that I forgot what he said already. That LeBron's mad at who because he's not number one? Stephen A., I swear to you, LeBron James does not care about your opinion. And he just said, oh, all these other brothers, they don't even be in the locker room. They don't even know about basketball. You never been in the locker room, buddy. You have never been in any locker room. In the NBA locker room, you haven't been in any locker room, buddy. So what are we talking about? Oh, all these guys, they haven't even stepped inside of a locker room. They don't even know what basketball. You've never been in one. What are we doing? What are we doing? But LeBron's not mad at you saying he's number two. He doesn't care about your opinion. LeBron already knows he's number one. In his head, he's number one. And you're not gonna change his mind. It's LeBron James. You're not gonna change his mind. I'm number one. Cool. We leave it at that. Cool. Right? You believe it or not? He's not mad, especially not at Stephen A. that he says he's number two all time. Oh, he's not. Why would I be mad at Stephen A. Smith talking about basketball? Brother, why? Nobody's ever mad at Stephen A. Smith talking about basketball. Because we know 75% of the time he doesn't know what he's talking about. So why would I be mad if you call me number two? Cool. Great. Move on. Right? But I think I got a little. I don't even know what I just said there. I think we got a little more of the LeBron tweets. Yeah, here. This was. When was this? I think this was after they started talking, after Stephen A. started talking. Exactly my point. But anyways, happy the convo started. Ain't about the face of the game. And ain't about one person or one show. Pretty much, LeBron just said, it ain't about me. Okay? It's not about me. This whole point, what LeBron just said, was him agreeing or understanding why Anthony Edwards doesn't want to be the face of the league. That's pretty much all. And somehow, someway, LeBron is getting slandered. It'd be like, oh, da da da. This is why this happened in 2011. This is why this happened with the Chris Paul trade. This is exactly why. Nobody wants to be the face of the league. And LeBron just showed you exactly why. This is exactly why. Because look how LeBron just got slandered off of one tweet. Imagine you have a bad game in the playoffs if you're Anthony Edwards or somebody. Imagine how they're going to talk about you if they're talking about LeBron James over a tweet. Come on, bro. And later he said Steph Curry should be all we're talking about today. Exactly. And I think I seen some. He said, well, we were going to talk about. Stephen A. said, well, we were going to talk about Steph Curry's 56-point game, but since LeBron had to say something, now we're going to talk about that. Like, bro, this is the point. Talk about other players. Talk about Steph Curry's legendary game that he just had, bro. Right. And then OKC Cavs. Yeah. And yeah, I don't care about that at the bottom. Okay. Okay. You know me? And I want to talk about this. LeBron James. You feel me? I don't think Jason Tatum is 3. Mine is, I don't care how you put Giannis and Jokic. I mean, shut up, I'm stupid. I don't care how you put Jokic and Shea. You can put them 1 or 2, 2 or 1, however you want to put it. But after that, it's Giannis at 3. Then it's LeBron at 4. Jason Tatum at 5. That's how I got it, respectfully. LeBron has just been playing better than Jason Tatum. Still, somehow. But yeah, man. Yeah. You can go either way with Jokic or Shea. Either way. It don't matter to me. I don't think Jason Tatum is 3rd. I just don't see it. And then Giannis should be 3rd. He's been having an unbelievable year. Imagine Giannis hit 80% of his free throws. He would be averaging like 36 right now. Right? Imagine that brother could hit his free throws. It's over. It's over for the league. He starts hitting his free throws. But yeah, man. LeBron top 5. Man. LeBron James. LeBron James. He's been playing phenomenal. Playing great defense. I mean, this was the last game. But yeah, playing great defense. Offense, obviously, at all-time high. Can shoot from anywhere on the court. Still drive like he's 22. And, you know? Yeah, man. What the heck? Pass a crossing or what? Yeah. But yeah, man. Okay, but I think that was good right there. It was only 18 minutes though. At least somebody's here. Somebody is definitely here. Fluff.